Hey folks, it's Lindsay Hollis with SPS back in the building over at VegHead Restaurant, plant-based restaurant in downtown Lansing. I want to thank Carrie McGee and Sean Elliott, the proprietors over here. It's a great experience. Definitely stop in if you want to get some great food to replenish yourself. But I'm here and I'm excited because we're having the first episode of the SPS show featuring none other than Ethan Boyd. We already got some bloopers on deck already, having a good time. But I want to say congratulations.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for coming on board to be part of the SPS experience through your internship at Michigan State. So when I posted this earlier in the week, you had so much support from your family and all your friends saying that, but I'll pose this question just to open things up. Who is Ethan Boyd?
Yeah. I'm from Howell, Michigan, moved to East Lansing when I was about 15. I've always liked sports a lot, and I've always liked psychology and the school world, so I think this will be a great opportunity for me to excel in both of those categories and learn more about the sports and the psychology part about it.
Yeah, great. I enjoy that. You went to East Lansing High School. I got a chance to cover your career. The latter part of your career there was great. You always gave great interviews. Talk about the transition and what just your East Lansing High School experience was like.
Yeah, moving to East Lansing, after coming from Howell, it was very different, but there was a lot of positives in that, and that's kind of what I was looking for.
What grade were you when you came to East Lansing?
I just had finished up 8th grade at Howell, and then freshman year high school was my first year at East Lansing.
Was it like a culture shock?
I wouldn't say a culture shock, but people were definitely like the sports part was different, like just even how especially basketball, just how it was played was different, and people were different for sure.
Different how?
Just like different interests, like people in Howell were more fisher hunting type.
It's more of a rural community
type.
Yeah, come to urban. I get that. Okay.
Exactly.
I get it. Well, you came and you definitely made an imprint, made a stamp. You and your brother did some great things. I'm talking about Evan Boyd as well. And were able to transition, and you got a knock on the door from the school not too far from you, Michigan State, to go on and play football. Talk about that transition from high school being a blur, I'm sure, to going on to Michigan State being part of the football team.
Yeah, back in high school, I always wanted to go to Michigan State. It just took a while to get the offer. And I remember just always wanting that offer, and then when the new staff got there, well, not the new staff, not like the current new staff, but the past staff got there.
There's been some turnover.
Yeah, I had reached out to the O-line coach, Coach Cap then, and kind of just tried to sell myself and got over there for a visit, and they liked what they saw in me, and that's how I ended up getting the offer a few days after I visited there.
That's what you did with this internship. He reached out look, man, let's put this together. So that's a good thing. But it's interesting that you did not allow ego to say, man, they're not recruiting me. They don't have me. You took the initiative. What made you take the initiative?
I think the main reason I did it was because it was a new staff, and I figured they'd be looking for O-linemen. But I believed in myself and my abilities that I could succeed at the next level, and that's ultimately why I reached out. And
let's talk about your specs, so just people don't understand. I may look his size sitting next to him, but not at all. Ethan started out his collegiate career at 270, moved to 315, at about 320 right now.
Yes, sir.
All 6'6".
Yes, sir.
That's what those NFL people like too, right?
Yep.
That's great. And for people who don't know, you have 2 years of football eligibility left, huh?
Yes, sir.
I'm sure Coach John Smith is happy to hear that, huh?
Yeah.
And we talked offline about it, but you've had some interactions with him and the new staff.
Yep.
One of the things that we'll talk about throughout your internship and throughout these podcasts is the big P word, the portal. You had a portal experience. Can you talk about what that was like for you?
Yeah, it was a very cool, humbling experience. But just for me, it got stressful, and I was decided to be done with it and stick around here. Yeah, didn't want to play around with my spot in East Lansing, and figured I'd stick around.
The stressful part. Talk to me a little bit more about that. What made it stressful?
Just talking to so many coaches in such a short period of time. Didn't want to really
speed dating. No, you probably haven't been out speed dating, but kind of the concept, huh?
That was literally what they were calling it. They said it was speed dating.
Oh wow!
So I was just, I don't know. I didn't think I would get a great read on the stuff. So,
but for the record, you had close to 10 plus schools, top programs reaching out, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, okay. We don't have to get into the names because we're about Michigan State right now. That's a good thing. I told you as part of the internship, though, we had a relationship. I wasn't just going to be easy on it because it was Ethan and he was my guy, but some of the things we're going to focus on, they'll come up on the screen. We're going to focus on some evidence-based pieces that I've always worked with SPS through my work in sports psychology consulting. We're talking about goal setting, imagery, mental rehearsal, positive self-talk, maintaining proper motivation, concentration, emotional control, confidence, getting quality sleep, forming healthy habits, and thriving under pressure. So those will be the tenets that we will focus on. So for the athletes that you help bring on for the show and the topics, we'll always go with that. I'll throw this out there. Of all the 12 that I named, just to start, what's one of the tenets, one of these evidence-based principles that kind of stands out to you as far as where you are right now?
For me, it would be the confidence and like the positive self-talk.
Oh, wow. Okay. Okay. All right.
I know there's times where, I'll get down on myself and then it like directly correlates to how I'm playing. So I know like music will help me with confidence, but, talking to myself and just telling myself I'm capable, that I'm like here for a reason, that type of stuff helps me when I'm on the field and like get back to neutral so I'm not, overthinking out there and I'm just doing my job.
Wow. Well, for you as a future sports psychologist, I think that's a great thing. Why do you think that becomes a challenge for yourself or even other athletes?
I think if you're thinking too much and playing football, if you're thinking too much while playing football and it's not subconscious for you, that's when things aren't going very well. So that's why it's important to be prepared and also, more importantly, to believe in yourself. And that's how good things will happen on the field.
It sounds like you got a great process. You have a great resource there, and Dr. Molly has been helping you guys out. That's a good thing. What's it like working with her?
Yeah, when I talk to Dr. Molly, she talks about getting back to neutral. You don't want to have a bad play and be thinking about the bad play on the next play. You want to have a good play and then wipe that onto the next play.
But it's so hard, though. It's like the bad play happened. It's on your mind. It's almost like it's against human nature. But what are some of the smaller, intricate details of the process you go through to get back to neutral, though?
Yeah, for me, I'll have like a physical response where I'll restrap my gloves.
There we go. I love it. I love it.
Also, this one's a little different, but
it's okay. Call it unique.
Yeah, a little unique. I'm really interested in like the Egyptian pyramids, that type of stuff. So what I'll think when I'm out there is someone built the pyramids, I can play football, I'll be all right. Wow.
That is great because you think about the pyramids and even the mystery behind it is just an architectural marvel, and that's a great thing. That's also one of the symbols for my fraternity, A Phi A. You got a good future in front of you, man. That's a good thing. I just want to be able to emphasize that. I think it's important. I think you sharing this experience and just the natural draw from not only your family but your friends and your peers to be able to see that what you go through, other people go through. And let's be honest, Ethan, man, you're in a great program despite the challenges that Michigan State has had. I've been close to the program for years with my media credentials and my sports psychology background, but you got it going on, man. I don't just say this just to hype you up publicly, but you're in a great program, you're doing well, you're a likable young man, you got a great future. So many young athletes can get things from you. Do you feel that you're a quote-unquote role model in some cases?
Yeah, I definitely feel like I'm a role model. I don't have too many people reach out to me asking me for advice or anything, but I do know that like younger people in the community see what I do and they hopefully look up to me.
Yeah, I just came up with this term and maybe we can give it some legs. Maybe you're a digital role model. Okay. So they don't talk to you, but they see you.
Exactly.
Because even with me with social media, I'm surprised when people approach me, man, I watch your stuff. I'm like, huh? So knowing who you are, knowing what you've accomplished, other people in the community saying, hey, man, you know what Ethan did? He went to East Lansing High School and now he's there. And especially for this community, because for you to only go a few feet away respectfully to Michigan State, it still kind of keeps that lure and that aura about what's happening. You're doing great, man. Talk about what you really want to get out of this experience, being on the platform and doing this with your internship.
Yeah, I want to learn learn more about younger athletes, and I want to be able to help them do things that I wasn't aware of when I was back in high school, which would have helped me where I'm at now be further. I'm not saying anything bad about it, but it would have been nice to know some of the things I know now, like 4 or 5 years ago.
Yeah, as I get older, man, I hear so many things that are considered cliche, but they become so applicable in so many ways. You don't know what you didn't know, and now you're at a point, like if I would have had it, I think that would be a great resource for you. You talked about one of the things you're going to do to help with your internship is bring other athletes on, whether they're high school or college. So we're kind of putting a call out, hey, you can hit them up, hit them in the DM, only serious inquiries. Isn't that what they say on social media? Serious inquiries only. I like it, just to do that. Well, I think that you're in a great position. Not only are you furthering your own self, but you're really open to helping other people. What's something you think that a lot of people don't understand about the experience of college athletes?
Yeah, I don't think people really understand how tough it can be waking up and doing the same, not the same exact thing, but like having a very similar day.
Like a Groundhog Day over and over again.
Exactly. And like the physical labor part is it's great, but it's a little different than like an everyday job, in my opinion.
How do you respond to the people who poo-poo you and say, man, you got it good, they feed you, they take care of you, they give you all these things, which are true things, but how do you respond to people who make it seem like just because you get access to these other things, you should have no cares or no concerns?
Yeah, I mean, that's like their own thoughts, but they definitely have some truth in it, because we're very blessed to be college athletes, Division I or Division II or Division III, whatever. You're very blessed to be in the position you're in, and I definitely don't take it for granted. I'm also aware of that.
Yeah, but in all fairness, they not run up against another defensive lineman that's 6'6", and he's probably go play on Sunday trying to take your head off, right?
Yeah.
They talk about the school up the street that just won the national championship, and the coach had them watching wolves attack in packs to kind of build their mindset. So that being said, the same person who may challenge what you have going on because of what you have doesn't have to go out and deal with what you got to deal with, because I'm sure but when the game is on, it's brutal. Yeah. Talk about what it's like playing under the lights, playing at Spartan Stadium.
This year was my first year where I got in the game under the lights, and it was sweet.
This was your Steven Izzo experience.
Yeah.
Shout out to Steven with them 3 points the other night.
Yes, sir. But it was really cool. Like, my first night game I played in there was against my brother, and we got a real cool picture. So it was a great experience, and it was a great day. Like, the whole day was great.
Yeah. Talk about adrenaline and the feeling. Coach Izzo, speaking about Steven getting in the other night and playing. Coach Izzo talked about he would give his left arm to be able to run through that tunnel. When I'm at the games, it's one thing I'm there as a fan and I may be close or there with my credentials working, but what is it like to be the reason why they're there, and you're in the tunnel and they're getting hype and you're getting ready to run out there? What is that like?
It's real cool. I try not to think about that too much, because I'll get a little nervous, but when I'm playing, I'll zone it out. But when I'm running out, it's sweet. Like it's a surreal moment. It sounds all cliche and all that, but it really doesn't feel real. It just feels like my life's a dream.
Yeah. The one thing I think people will never understand unless they come to a game, when I'm in the press box, we have the windows, so we hear things, but when you're on that field and the roar of the crowd, and you it's like a vibration you feel it. And even to go deeper on a psychological standpoint, and this is something you'll learn about in the future, is something to be said to be in a space where there's a common understanding that everybody's really there to root for you. So with that, not only do you hear the sound, but there's an energy and there's a vibration, and that can be overwhelming. So talk about the extreme shifts in emotions that you can experience from the excitement of success and the letdown of it not happening away. Talk about that emotional shift that can take place.
Yeah, I mean, if you're doing real good and then something bad happens, you can't get down on yourself. You got, like I said earlier, you have to try to stay neutral about it. You don't want to get high or too low ever at any point in your life, because like that's when if you're too high, that's when you're most vulnerable. I feel like if you're like too not too confident. If you're just cocky, then that's when you'll
you
fall.
can lose yourself a little bit. You hear the greats talk about staying even keel, whether, you did a great thing or something bad, if you can kind of stay in the middle, you'll be good with that.
100%.
Well, you're doing a great job, man. I'm excited about having you here and what you're going to be doing, and the fact that the next time we have to move that camera back a little bit, we'll put another chair here and we'll put a guest in here and talk to them about. You got anybody in mind? Any shout outs or any on some of the programs they put a wish list out there? Some of the people you want to try to get on the show to talk?
Not yet, no.
Yeah,
I'll hit some people up though.
Any of your folks who owe you favors out there?
We might have to get Fincher on here.
Yeah, get Dallas on here.
Yeah.
To end the debate on who's the best Madden player, right?
Yeah.
He's gonna say he is.
Fincher, no. I have proof.
You got proof? You got receipts?
After this weekend, Fincher will know.
Well, that might be the first thing. I know he's interested in the career in sports broadcasting, right?
Yeah.
Might be perfect for her. Hey, we might have Dallas Fincher on the
just
future.
got it
We'll
set
see
up.
already, just like that. We're gonna see, but then we got to see them receipts though, because we got to be able to put it up to do it like that. All right, man, you're doing a great job as always. I'm really proud of you. I'm looking forward to this opportunity, but most importantly, I'm looking forward to what people can get from this, particularly you being the new digital role model going forward. Any special shout outs? Anybody you want to say peace to before we let you go?
Just if you're an athlete at East Lansing High School, what's up? How you doing? Try to get you on the show.
That's cool. Hey, he's coming for you. Hey, we got Michigan State love. We got East Lansing love. Can't go wrong with that. So with that being said, this is Lindsey Hudson with SPS over at VegHead, downtown Lansing, a plant-based restaurant. We had a great meal early on. You need to come check it out. And with that being said, we'll see you next time. Peace.